Okay, this is a take two on my first attempt at a little bit of video blogging, I guess, if you can call it that. Um, I haven't really introduced myself or anything. I started recording and then the baby started crying, so I had to go help her, and unfortunately I can't pause the recording, I can only stop it. Now if I were to record this on one of my uh, programs on here and then upload it, that would work fine. But I wanted to stream it, just save myself the trouble, because I knew I wouldn't get around to it later. So if I have neighbors drive by and wonder what the heck I'm doing, that's there they come now. Anyway, my name is Chaz, and I'll just give you a little background of why I'm even doing this. This last week I've been studying at work, studying social networking and different aspects of it. And one of the things that I studied was a thing on YouTube that was about. It was a video of that a professor had made with a class where they were studying um, social networking and focusing specifically on YouTube. And they were studying the culture of YouTube and what it is, what it means. Now it's April 2010 right now, and I didn't realize until I watched this video, but YouTube was first came to be in 2005, which is only 5 years ago, and now it is the largest video network on Earth. That's unheard of in broadcasting history. That kind of success so quickly, and the reason, well, there's a billion reasons, we can go on about that forever, but among the reasons are the fact that everybody can do it, everybody can participate, and as far as I'm aware, YouTube was the first uh, known place where it became easy to upload videos. You could easily make a video as long as you can get it into some kind of digital format. You can get it on the internet easily. You just upload it and they take care of it from there. And that may be a good part of the reason why it became popular so fast. And what kind of happened was all of a sudden there was videos of all kinds coming from all over the world, from all different people with all different motivations and all different backgrounds, um, all participating in this new phenomenon. And since then, it has become a phenomenon that is not unique to YouTube, even if YouTube was the biggest starter of it. Um, you've got Vimeo, you've got Exposure Room, you've got probably dozens of other video sites where you can just upload your videos and share them with the world. And this, I think part of the reason that it became so big and so interesting was the fact that YouTube came about right as social media was becoming a big thing. You know, already by 2005, you could easily upload photos and share them with the world, share them with friends, share them with, everybody. And then video just kind of jumped in and became part of that. Well, anyway, uh, one of the things that they talked about in that video about YouTube culture and so forth, the culture of YouTube, um, was that people, they talked about people's video blogs, their vlogs they called them, and how they would get on and just talk about nothing. They're talking to their friends and they're talking to everyone and they're talking to themselves and nobody all at the same time. Fascinating discussion. And in another lecture that I heard, this was by Clay, oh shoot, what's his name? Clay Shirky. Clay is C-L-A-Y, and Shirky is S-H-I-R-K-E-Y, Shirky, I think so, or maybe it didn't have any, just K-Y. Anyway, he was talking about social media, And he was talking about how since the um, since the printing press came to be, that was considered a revolution, and how suddenly somebody could take a message and broadcast it to the world. That had never been available in the history of the world to that point. And it took 200 years for him to get a grasp of it and just figure out, okay, what is going on? There was chaos for 200 years. And I can hear things going on inside. My wife may come out and ask what I'm up to. She doesn't know I'm doing this. But yeah, so I was watching this video, and he talked about how we can't look at social media like blogs and the way people are broadcasting their stuff. We can't look at those people as little amateur professionals, little versions of the publishing industry, little versions of the video industry. He says those, because that, and it could be that some have that motivation, but in general, we're looking at whole new motivations that have never been seen in history, never come about before. And some people are getting on just to show their friends their goofy video. Others, they're getting on to express themselves, to say something to somebody, and they're saying things that perhaps they wouldn't be willing to say in public, or things that they wouldn't be willing to say in front of an audience, and yet they're broadcasting them to the world, not just so that everyone can see it, but also putting it where it can be archived forever. And whether or not it will be lost with time has yet to be seen. We don't know. Anyway, and they talked about how interesting this is, that going back to that first video about YouTube and the class that was studying it, they talked about how people are just doing this both for themselves, for their friends, for other people, and how they're not trying to show themselves as being, little professionals, but it's an exploration, it's a conversation. I think that's the word that keeps coming up, is conversation. And that's an interesting word, because we've always been able to, or at least for the past 500 years, we've been able to broadcast a message to the world. And for the past 200 years, 150, 200 years, we've been able to get a message from one person to another on, who's quite distant, through telephone and radio communications. But this is the first time in history when we've been able to broadcast one person to everybody. Or no, sorry, we've been able to broadcast a group to a group, to everybody. Suddenly, everybody in the world could potentially see this video. And of course, it makes us think, well, what do you want to say to the world? What if the world sees this? Every person on earth sees this. What do you want to portray? What do you want to say to them? And it's a big question. I mean, think about it. If you could send a message to the entire world, what would it be? And honestly, I don't think most of us have come to an answer what we want it to be. I think what it is we're all discussing it. We're all kind of playing around with it. Well, let's try a little of this, a little of that, and see what happens. And somebody says something, somebody gets on and responds to it, and others respond, and they start their own blog about it. These guys start their own video series about it, and others are just saying, oh, that's cool, that's kind of interesting, and so forth. I'm starting to get a little chilly out here. The sun just set, as you can probably tell from my video getting darker. So I'm going to finish up here, but